What is happening, tech titans? The pace of innovation is absolutely breakneck, and you need to stay ahead of the curve. Welcome back to Qualcomm Pulse, where we bring you the most critical updates that are shaping the future, right now. We've got seismic shifts in global chip manufacturing, groundbreaking advancements pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and strategic moves that could redefine entire markets. Get ready, because the tech landscape is evolving faster than ever, and you won't want to miss a single beat. Let's dive into what's making waves across the industry. First up, we're talking about massive strategic plays in chip production that could leave rivals scrambling. Think exclusive access to cutting-edge technology and built-in defenses against global economic pressures. This is about securing the future, one silicon wafer at a time. Then, we're peering into the crystal ball at the next leap in semiconductor technology. We're talking about advancements so rapid, they're already accelerating plans for what's next, even before the current generation hits the mainstream. Get ready for a glimpse into 2027 and beyond. And that's not all. We're seeing major players breaking ground, pushing timelines, and making bold statements about their dominance in the manufacturing arena. This is a story of ambition, competition, and staying ahead of the pack. Finally, we'll unpack how these incredible leaps in manufacturing are forcing others to rethink their entire strategies. Who's adapting, and who's getting left behind in this relentless race for the future? Don't miss out on these essential insights. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and join the Qualcomm Pulse community for all your essential tech updates. A strategic chip lock-in, Apple's defensive play. This move by Apple is a masterclass in strategic foresight and market dominance. By reportedly securing nearly half of TSMC's initial 2nm chip production capacity, Apple is not just ensuring supply for its next-generation iPhone, but is also building a formidable shield against potential geopolitical disruptions, specifically the proposed 100% tariffs on imported semiconductors. This proactive measure highlights Apple's unparalleled scale and its ability to leverage its U.S. investments to navigate the turbulent waters of international trade policy, potentially leaving its competitors in a precarious position. The implications for the broader semiconductor industry are significant, with Apple locking in a substantial portion of TSMC's most advanced manufacturing node. Companies like Qualcomm and MediaTek, already in a fierce competition for cutting-edge mobile processors, may face considerable supply constraints. This could translate into a performance gap for their upcoming products. Furthermore, AI chip giants such as NVIDIA and AMD, whose next-generation designs are heavily reliant on the latest manufacturing processes, could encounter bottlenecks that delay their product launches or limit their production volumes. Even tech behemoths like Google and Samsung, with their own silicon ambitions, might find themselves vying for the remaining, smaller allocations of TSMC's most advanced manufacturing capacity. This strategic allocation by Apple effectively creates a competitive advantage, ensuring that its flagship devices, like the iPhone 18, will launch with a performance edge while rivals contend with limited access to bleeding-edge silicon. Beyond securing a supply advantage, Apple's deal is a calculated move to mitigate political risks. President Trump's proposed tariffs are specifically targeted at imported chips, and Apple's preemptive action appears designed to create a buffer. By ensuring its core components are produced through TSMC, a Taiwanese manufacturer, and potentially by increasing its own US-based manufacturing or design capabilities, Apple is hedging its bets against policies that could disproportionately affect companies heavily reliant on direct chip imports. This dual strategy of securing supply and insulating itself from trade wars demonstrates a sophisticated understanding of both market dynamics and geopolitical realities. It suggests that Apple is not merely reacting to market conditions, but is actively shaping them, positioning itself 2 steps ahead of potential challenges from both competitors and regulatory bodies. This exclusive access to next-generation technology not only promises superior performance for Apple's devices, but also serves as a powerful negotiating tool and a clear signal of its market power. The ability to secure such a significant portion of a cutting-edge manufacturing node underscores Apple's position as a key customer for TSMC, likely guaranteeing preferential treatment and early access to future technological advancements. But what does this strategic maneuvering mean for the very next generation of chip technology, and who else is pushing the boundaries? Stay tuned as we explore TSMC's accelerated plans for even more advanced silicon. TSMC's ambitious leap to 4nm, accelerating the future of silicon. While the industry is still catching up to the intricacies of 2nm chip technology, TSMC, the undisputed leader in semiconductor manufacturing, is already pushing the envelope with an accelerated roadmap for 4nm silicon. This aggressive advancement, with plans for mass production to commence as early as 2028, positions TSMC significantly ahead of the competition and signals a rapid evolution in chip manufacturing capabilities. The company's reported breakthrough in its 4nm process, branded as A14, signifies a substantial increase in transistor density, promising even more powerful and efficient chips in the near future. According to industry reports, TSMC has urged its suppliers and contractors to expedite their schedules to accommodate the construction and outfitting of no fewer than 4 new plants dedicated to A14 chip production. This proactive approach suggests a strong commitment to meeting anticipated demand for this next-generation technology. Test manufacturing is slated to begin in 2027, with full-scale mass production anticipated in the latter half of 2028. Historically, Apple has been the first major customer to adopt new TSMC nodes, making it highly probable that iPhones released around September 2028 will feature the advanced A14 chips. This timeline also impacts other major players in the tech ecosystem. Companies like AMD and NVIDIA, which typically adopt new nodes a year or more after their initial release due to the complexities of manufacturing large, high-performance GPUs, may see their next-generation graphics architectures debut on TSMC's A14 node. This could mean a significant leap in graphics performance, potentially doubling the number of functional units compared to current generation cards, assuming manufacturers choose to leverage the increased density for more cores rather than simply shrinking the die size. The development is particularly noteworthy in the context of competitor roadmaps. Intel, for instance, is also working on advanced nodes, but TSMC's accelerated timeline for 4nm may put additional pressure on its development cycles. The report also touches upon the current reliance of major players on TSMC's older nodes, such as N5, 5nm. Despite the release of N5-based chips nearly 5 years ago, companies like NVIDIA and AMD are still producing their latest GPUs on variations of this process. This could be attributed to the initial yield challenges and higher costs associated with new nodes, which make the production of large, complex chips like GPUs uneconomical in the early stages. However, TSMC's continuous improvements in transistor density, with A14 offering a 1.2x increase over N2, suggest that future GPUs could be substantially more powerful. TSMC's aggressive push towards 4nm manufacturing highlights its commitment to maintaining technological leadership. The potential for significantly denser chips means that future processors and graphics cards could offer unprecedented performance gains, benefiting everything from mobile devices to high-end computing. The industry will be watching closely to see how companies like NVIDIA and AMD leverage this enhanced manufacturing capability to deliver the next generation of computing power. This rapid advancement by TSMC sets a blistering pace for the industry. But how are other major foundries responding to this challenge? Let's look at how TSMC's groundbreaking plans are impacting the roadmaps of its key competitors. TSMC breaks ground on 4nm mega-fab, accelerating future production. In a significant move that underscores its commitment to maintaining a commanding lead in semiconductor manufacturing, TSMC has reportedly broken ground on its 4nm mega-fabrication plant ahead of schedule. This proactive development aligns with accelerated plans for its A14 process technology, indicating a relentless drive to push the boundaries of chip innovation and stay one step ahead of the global competition. The early commencement of construction for facilities dedicated to its next-generation manufacturing node demonstrates TSMC's strategic foresight and its determination to capture the market for cutting-edge silicon. This accelerated timeline for 4nm production, with risk trial production anticipated by 2027 and mass production commencing in the second half of 2028, is a testament to TSMC's advanced research and development capabilities. The company is reportedly building 4 new plants for this process, with the first phase seeing 2 plants come online in 2028. Intriguingly, the remaining 2 facilities are being eyed for an even more advanced 1nm manufacturing process, signaling TSMC's long-term vision and its continuous pursuit of technological supremacy. This aggressive expansion comes at a critical juncture for the semiconductor industry, where the demand for more powerful, efficient, and compact chips continues to surge across various sectors, from artificial intelligence and high-performance computing to mobile devices and automotive technology. The strategic importance of this development cannot be overstated. By pushing forward with 4nm technology, TSMC is not only preparing to meet the future demands of its key clients, such as Apple, but is also setting a new benchmark for manufacturing excellence. This move is particularly significant as competitors like Intel and Samsung are reportedly reassessing their own roadmaps. Intel, in particular, is rumored to be reconsidering its own 4nm process development, while Samsung is said to be prioritizing yield improvements on its 2nm process before fully committing to 4nm, potentially pushing its timeline to 2029. This gives TSMC a potential window to solidify its leadership position and capture a larger share of the market for next-generation chips. The implications for the broader technology ecosystem are profound. As TSMC moves closer to 4nm production, companies that rely on advanced semiconductor technology will benefit from access to more sophisticated manufacturing processes. This could lead to significant performance enhancements in future products, enabling new capabilities and experiences. The race to develop and implement these advanced nodes is a key determinant of technological leadership, and TSMC's early progress positions it favorably in this ongoing competition. The company's ability to execute such ambitious projects ahead of schedule highlights its operational efficiency and its deep understanding of the complex semiconductor manufacturing landscape. TSMC's rapid progress is setting an aggressive pace for the industry. But how are its main rivals keeping up with these advancements? We now turn to how these strategic manufacturing leaps are forcing competitors to recalibrate their own ambitious plans. TSMC accelerates 4nm process amidst competitor roadmap revisions. The semiconductor manufacturing arena is characterized by its relentless pace, and TSMC, as the industry's largest foundry, is taking aggressive steps to widen its lead. Despite the nascent adoption of 2nm chips, reports indicate that TSMC is fast-tracking its 4nm manufacturing process. This accelerated push involves the establishment of new factories, with initial production potentially beginning as early as next year, and mass production following shortly thereafter, signaling a significant advancement in its technological capabilities and a proactive response to market demands. According to insights from UDN, TSMC has achieved a breakthrough in its 4nm process, enabling this accelerated production schedule. The foundry plans to construct 4 new factories dedicated to this node. The first factory is expected to commence risk trial production by the end of 2027, with mass production slated to begin in the second half of 2028. This ambitious plan includes informing suppliers to prepare the necessary equipment for the 4nm process setup. The strategy further includes a phased approach, where 2 of the 4 planned factories will begin mass production of the 4nm node in 2028. The remaining 2 factories are being considered for the development of an even more advanced 1nm manufacturing process, showcasing TSMC's forward-thinking approach. This strategic acceleration by TSMC occurs at a time when key competitors, such as Intel and Samsung, are reportedly reevaluating their manufacturing roadmaps. Intel, for example, may be contemplating halting the development of its own A14, a 1,4nm process. Meanwhile, Samsung has reportedly postponed its 1,4nm goals to 2029, choosing to concentrate on optimizing yields for its 2nm process. This situation presents TSMC with a significant opportunity to solidify its dominance in advanced chip manufacturing, potentially capturing a larger market share for next-generation technologies. The current market landscape sees limited adoption of 3nm processes, with 2nm technology still not widely implemented. Intel's Arrow Lake and Lunar Lake CPUs, along with Apple's M4 platform, are based on TSMC's 3nm process. Typically, new nodes first appear in mobile chips before migrating to mainstream desktop computing. The Exynos 2600, expected in the upcoming Galaxy S26 series, is anticipated to be the first mobile CPU on this process. While Apple's iPhone 17 series is expected to stick with 3nm, the iPhone 18 series, featuring the A20SoC, is likely to be based on 2nm technology. TSMC's accelerated 1,4nm roadmap, therefore, sets a new benchmark and potentially shifts the timeline for when these advanced technologies become widely available across the industry, forcing competitors to adapt quickly or risk falling behind. TSMC's aggressive advancement in manufacturing is undeniably setting a new standard. But how does this compare to the performance gains users can expect from these cutting-edge chips? Join us next as we delve into the specific performance impacts and what these technological leaps mean for consumers. That's a wrap on today's Essential Tech Updates. Apple is making strategic moves to secure its chip supply against tariffs. TSMC is accelerating its plans for groundbreaking 1,4nm silicon, aiming for production in 2028. TSMC is also breaking ground on its 1,4nm mega-fab ahead of schedule, outpacing the competition. And TSMC's rapid 1,4nm advancement is forcing rivals like Intel and Samsung to rethink their roadmaps. Don't miss out on the next wave of innovation. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to Qualcomm Pulse for more critical tech insights, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, leave a comment with your thoughts, and follow us on all our social channels for real-time news.